OpenAI, probably the biggest name in AI right now, seems to be living a double life. It's kind of wild. On one hand, they're pushing the limits of user freedom in some pretty controversial ways. But on the other hand, they're becoming this super reliable, stable bedrock for corporate America. So how can one company be both? And more importantly, why would it even try? That's what we're going to break down.
Okay, let's just dive right in. To really get this split personality, you just have to look at two huge things that have happened recently. So, in their public policy, OpenAI is actually rolling back safeguards to allow things like erotica for adult users. Wild, right? But then, in their corporate strategy, they are laser focused on locking down these mission critical contracts with some of the biggest companies in the US. I mean, you can see how these two things just seem to be pulling in completely opposite directions. All right, first up, let's look at the more, let's say, provocative side of OpenAI. This is the side that's embracing a way more permissive stance, and yeah, it's making a lot of headlines. So, at the heart of this whole thing is a brand new policy on adult content. And it's not a rumor. CEO Sam Altman himself confirmed that the company is deliberately rolling back some of its safety measures. The goal? To let ChatGPT get into things like erotica and sexting. And this is a big but, only with users who are verified adults. This is a huge change from the super cautious, almost sterile vibe they were known for before. It's a very deliberate pivot.
Now, they're not just throwing this out there into the wild. The official reason is to give us, the users, more autonomy, as long as we're verified adults. But OpenAI obviously knows this is a big deal. They know it opens up a total Pandora's box of really complex issues. So what's their response? They've put together this new expert council on well-being and AI to try and figure out this ethical minefield. It's like they've swung the door wide open, and now they're trying to build the guardrails in real time.
Okay, so while all that's happening on the consumer side, let's completely switch gears and look at the total opposite end of the spectrum. Let's talk about OpenAI's other face, the stable, the predictable, the super reliable corporate partner. It's fascinating, right? While one part of the company is diving headfirst into controversial social stuff, the other part is making itself absolutely essential to the business world. According to a recent report from the Financial Times, we're not talking about companies just messing around with AI anymore. Oh no, we're talking about some of America's most valuable companies outsourcing critical work, think data analysis, core customer service, and using OpenAI's tech to fulfill major contracts. This trend is a massive transformation. OpenAI started out as this cool research lab, right? A place for innovation and discovery. But now it's cementing itself as a core enterprise provider. It's a huge shift from being a what-if science project to becoming a we can't run our business without it utility. For these big clients, predictability isn't just a nice feature, it's the entire product. And this brings us right to the heart of the conflict. How in the world do these two identities fit together? Can a company really be a playground for radical user expression and a fortress of corporate reliability at the same time? I mean, they really do seem to be fundamentally at odds. On one side, you've got a policy that's embracing the chaotic, unpredictable nature of human expression. And on the other, you've got a business model that absolutely 100% demands stability, safety, and predictability for its high-stakes corporate clients. This is the key strategic challenge for OpenAI right now. Think about it. The very thing that might attract one group of users, that complete, unfettered freedom, could be the exact thing that totally terrifies a Fortune 500 company that's depending on your tech for a critical part of their business. So, at the end of the day, all this tension just forces us to ask a really fundamental question about the future of the company. What's OpenAI's true north? What kind of company are they actually trying to be? You can almost see the two different futures laid out in front of them. On one path, they could become this new frontier for user expression, a place that values freedom above everything else. But on the other path, they become a mission-critical utility, kind of like the power company, where stability and reliability are the only things that matter. And that brings us to the billion-dollar question, doesn't it? Is it actually possible to walk both of these paths at the same time? Can you be the disruptor and the institution? Or, as the pressure from both sides starts to build, is OpenAI eventually going to be forced to choose which face it shows the world? That's the answer we're all going to be watching for.